VEST typically holds 4 education research lectureship series talks each semester, all of which are required for VEST students to attend. We select these speakers with VEST goals in mind.
Especially in their first couple of years, it can be overwhelming to hear these just brilliant experts speaking to this room, and they command the room, and they speak with such poise, and you're like, I'm never going to be them, right? But then after the talk is done and the Q&A, then everybody else leaves, and it's just you, and we get into it like a small circle, and it's just the best fellows and the speaker, and you really get to ask that speaker questions about their journey, and they'll tell you that they started out just like you, and they started out feeling overwhelmed, and not knowing what kind of questions to ask and what kind of methods to use. And so that's really helpful to just kind of bring it down and say, okay, there's a process here, there's a journey. um, and and also to not just be able to ask them questions about their personal journey through academia, but to also really just be able to pick their brains. I mean, so you get this really unique access to experts and world renowned scholars in their fields, and so that's just, I think, a really unique and really exciting part of the VEST program.
It's a wide variety of speakers that come in that cover a wide variety of topics and have a lot of different approaches to research. And so, one read of that is, well, some of these speakers aren't really going to be, they're not going to be in my substantive, area of interest, or their approach to research is going to be very different than my own. So it might be hard to, relate this to my own work. But I actually think that it ended up for me being the real benefit of the speaker series. I think that it was really important to have this fairly regular opportunity to interact with and learn from really accomplished researchers who have either completely different approaches to research than I do, or who are exploring completely different fields or sides of education than I am. Because now that I'm out of the program, I'm not going to have, in all likelihood, like, I'm not going to have a regular opportunity like that, to be exposed to this really wide breadth of work going on in education. So I do think the speaker series, one is it is a good networking opportunity for students to interact with oftentimes more senior scholars who are doing really exciting work. But for me too, it was an opportunity to um, learn about very different kinds of research happening in education. So I do think, uh, in hindsight now, I will miss those opportunities.